Anthony Joshua says he's going to make a serious offer to Tyson Fury. Oh, really? Renee Box Young, salute, greetings, and salutations. Welcome to the platform. This is a platform where we talk about the sport of boxing. We critique it, analyze it, discuss it, you know what I mean? All for the love of the sport of boxing and all for the love of you, okay? Thank you so much for my subscribers, my day ones, all you guys. I really appreciate you, ladies and gentlemen, recent subscribers, those who have been tuning in, to the chats, in my lives, those who have been liking, subscribing, and sharing. Those who have been commenting in my videos, it's a blast. I really appreciate each and every one of you. And we do it for the love of the sport of boxing. You know what I'm saying? That's what I do it for, and for the love of you all. I repeat, if there are any new listeners, go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and like it up, because we just speak about the sport of boxing here. You know what I mean? Definitely. And I want to talk about something with Anthony Joshua. As you can see in the thumbnail there, right? You can see it over there in the I'll fight Usyk. Okay, we're going to break this down just a little bit, okay? And, there are some things that, let me just generally start with this. There are some things that are quite, to a certain extent, predictable when it comes to the sport of boxing, okay? It's kind of hard to predict everything, obviously, but some things are more predictable than others. I'm drinking my coffee. Wow, it's so good. And, I want to show you something about this, concerning a possible fight, between Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury. Media is going off about it. I went live the other day recently. I think it was a live. I don't think it was a video. It was a live session where I was talking about this. Yeah, it was about, it was after Pulev and Anthony Joshua fight, and I started talking about what's next. Yeah, started talking about what's next for Anthony Joshua in the heavyweight division. And I said, we're going to hear a lot of Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury. I said it like that, I explained it. We're going to see a lot of this in the coming months or whatever in the future. And they're going to be bickering, going back and forth, and, they're probably going to fight and blah, 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 and this and that, and how yada, yada, all that. And that's what's going on, okay? It's exactly what's going on. I knew this was coming. And before I get to this, I want to show you guys something, okay? I want to show you something that I talked about it, and I want to do it now. I want to take advantage of it now. In my previous shows or lives, I went on and I talked about how I predicted the winner of this fight. We'll go directly there to it, to my Twitter account, official chain media tweet, whatever you want to call it, right? Link in the description. Check it out. This was Top Rank Boxing. This was on December 12th. So it was on the I think it was on fight day. Yeah, it was on Saturday, so December 12th, but this was earlier, obviously. This was before the fight. It says, Top Rank says, taking a shot at 3 belts today across the pond. Yeah, whatever. Okay, so good luck, yeah. And I put, and this is what I mentioned in my other lives, some previous shows I talked about, where I said I predicted it. I knew this was going to happen because I put it right there in the tweet, right before, before the fight. It was around 2:34 p.m. Yeah, okay, so it was right before the fight. I got AJ. I know my wording wasn't the best because I was in a rush. I just did real fast, whatever. I got AJ beating Pulev, kind of how Klitschko, and I kind of worded it wrong there. I wanted to say I got AJ beating Pulev. I mean, that right there, it just shows you everything. So I got AJ beating Pulev, kind of how he did Klitschko. That's kind of how I wanted to put it. But I was like rushing it. I just tweeted real fast, like typed it down and just moved on with my day. You know what I mean? So I predicted it like that. I predicted the fight going out like that. And like I said, some things are just like quite predictable. I knew AJ was going to come in and just smash Pulev. I knew it, man. That's why I didn't do it. And I talked about it before. That's why I didn't do a live or anything about it. I didn't do a final thoughts video, or I knew it was going to smash him. I mean, I knew it wasn't really competition there. So it is what it is. So some things, that's what I'm saying. Some things are, quite more predictable than other things in the sport of boxing. Oh my gosh, sorry. When it comes to, maybe predicting a fight, or when it comes to just seeing the, patterns of how fighters move, the patterns and how promoters move, how they talk, you can just, you start to know their personalities to a certain extent. Yeah, I know we don't know them personally, nor blah, blah, whatever. But, people who are more prone to be in the media and stuff like that, you know what I mean? Like, promoters like Eddie Hearn, That guy, he just goes on for hours. You know what I mean? Whatever, that's his thing. That's fine. But you can just kind of tell how he is. That's what I'm trying to get at here, and that's one of the focal points of this video. So, and Anthony Joshua too. Throughout the years, you can kind of tell that Anthony Joshua and Eddie Hearn, sometimes they say contradictory things. You know what I mean? And obviously, Eddie Hearn is in control. He's the boss. You know what I mean? So now let's get right to it, man. I want to get to this article just so we can see how close, if it is close, regarding a fight between Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury. So we'll get right to it right here. It says, boxingscene.com, blah, blah, link in the description. You check it out, yeah. Joshua, he says here, I'll make serious offer to Fury. If he doesn't take it, I'll fight Usyk, which is why you see in the bubble there, right, in the thumbnail, you can see it right there, right? I'll fight Usyk. So he said he'll fight Usyk. We know that. So why did I put it like that? Why did I put I'll fight Usyk on the bubble there in the image? There's a reason why. So if we go down here, okay, let's just scroll down a little bit and let's check out what he's saying to whatever source he's saying it to. I think it's boxingscene.com. You can just go ahead and read it. I don't know. So it says here, Anthony Joshua says here, I'm serious about the fight, so when I announce it, you'll know it's real. Now, I highly doubt that. You see, that's what I'm saying here. I don't think, the more we read this and the more that we see and go back, years back, I mean, I started to stop trusting as far as the credibility of what Anthony Joshua says and Eddie Hearn say, because ever since this whole Deontay Wilder thing, man, years ago, it's just a lot of back and forth, a lot of twisting things around, and he would fight him for $50 million, and then they turned around and said he won't sell his soul for $50 million, and, Eddie Hearn, it's just, but may I make this clear? My channel, my platform, those who are new, I just speak facts, I just speak what I think and my opinion when I see things, okay? This is not hating. Just get that out of our minds, all right? I mean, no, okay? I'm just speaking what I feel and think based on what I've seen, concerning this at least, and concerning all fighters, what I speak about, whatever. Okay, so we'll get back to this. So that's the thing. I don't think he says he's serious. I understand it. You know what I mean? But when he announced it, it's real. I don't know, because I don't know, man. It's just hard to take it. It's hard to. And then he says, that's why I'm taking my time. Oh, sorry. He said, because there has been a lot of. There you go. Exactly what I was saying. Okay. So because there has been a lot of back and forth for years. Now, maybe he's referring to. Okay, I want to make this clear. Maybe he's referring to back and forth between, him and Tyson Fury. But there was a lot of back and forth between him and Deontay Wilder for months and months. And that's what really rubbed me the wrong way. I just got tired. Just like Spence and Bud, man. Man, you know what I mean. I don't really talk about that anymore. And check out my channel. I really don't even talk about it, because I already know you. Okay, I've been saying this since a while. Okay, or I don't know how long ago, but I've been saying this when everybody's talking about yo Spence and Bud, they gotta fight, and I've been saying they're not going to fight. They're not going to fight soon. We can forget 2021. I don't think they're going to fight in 2021. I highly doubt it. Why? Because of the pattern, because of what we see. You know what I'm saying? With Bud's side more than anything. Okay? In my humble opinion. And the proof is in the pudding. You already know. Okay? So, I mean, they're not going to fight. And I highly doubt they're going to fight in 2021. That's just, we can get that out of our minds, man. We can just... You know what I mean? For whatever reason, I think more it's on Bud's side, the reason why they're not going to fight. But whatever. There are some things that are more predictable. That's what I'm trying to say. In all aspects, with other fighters or whatever. So, I mean, Anthony Joshua himself is saying, because there has been a lot of back and forth for years, but at the same time, he's taking things seriously. I've been chasing this around to Undisputed, and when the time is right, I'll announce it and have my mind fully focused on the job at hand. Okay, fine. So he says here, he continues to say, I've fought many champions before, so it's obvious to see we've done business with world champions before. Now, that's the thing we got to, you see what I'm saying? It's hard to believe this, because I'm not saying that. I'm not sitting here saying, oh yeah, Anthony Joshua, you're nothing, and you just, no, I'm just saying that it's hard to believe because, he's talking about he's done business with world champions before, and that whole business thing with, Deontay Wilder went way awry. It went awry. A-W-R-Y, if I'm not mistaken, that's the word. It just went haywire. It went crazy. And I think a lot had to do with because of Hearn and flipping things around, flipping the script. Just we don't want to see that. You know what I'm saying? We want to see the fights. We want to see the fights. You know what I mean? And it's just that's why I don't believe this. It's just hard for me to believe. So Anthony Joshua was explaining this, you know what I'm saying? And I get it, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure he does want to fight, but it's just not as easy. And it says here, it's no different with Fury. He should take this fight with both hands, okay? It's a split down the middle. There's no one benefiting apart from the fans at the end of the day. I believe I'll win. Now, so he continues and it goes on and on. Okay, check this out. Eddie has his own views, Anthony Joshua continues to say, on certain things sometimes. Just like what I was saying a moment ago, ladies and gentlemen. This is exactly what I was saying a moment ago, how, Anthony Joshua and Eddie Hearn seem to have several times conflicting viewpoints and ideas. And when Anthony Joshua says something or whatever, Eddie Hearn comes around with he turns around with the hour-long interview trying to explain away what Anthony Joshua said and, whatever. So, Anthony Joshua is admitting it himself. Eddie has his own views on certain things sometimes, and I have my own views on certain things sometimes, which is natural. I get it, you know what I'm saying? But in terms of obstacles, I hope there aren't any. Well, there are going to be. You see that? You know what I'm saying? There are going to be obstacles. It's not going to be that easy, ladies and gentlemen. And I don't, I want to see Anthony Joshua versus, Tyson Fury more than anything, just as anybody else wants to. You know what I'm saying? And Anthony Joshua is saying that he hopes there aren't any obstacles, to make to impede or whatever Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury, but there are going to be obstacles. I'm almost positive there's going to be obstacles, and I'm almost positive this fight's not going to happen next, ladies and gentlemen. I talked about this. I broke it down. Like I said, after Pulev, Anthony Joshua fight, I went live and just talked generally, about other fights or whatever, and I mentioned them. And I said they're most likely not going to fight, and we're going to be hearing all over the place about him and Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury. Who's going to win? And are they next? And they're not going to be next. I'm almost positive, but. May I stop here and may I say I hope I'm wrong, okay? I hope I'm wrong. I don't care if I'm wrong. That's great. You know what I mean? If I'm wrong, that's awesome. If I'm wrong, that means that they're going to fight next. You know what I'm saying? But I really doubt it. I highly doubt it. So, Anthony Joshua was talking about, in terms of obstacles, I hope there aren't any. I hope Eddie sees something that I don't. And if that's the case, I am going to take Eddie's word for it. He usually does take Eddie's word for it. You got to admit, ladies and gentlemen, you know what I'm saying? I'm not speaking down on, or bad about Anthony Joshua. It's just the facts, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, look at Bud Crawford and look how Bob Arum is directing his career. And it's a mediocre welterweight trajectory with Bud Crawford. Same thing. And, Bud ain't calling no shots, you know what I'm saying? That's just my humble opinion. You could just kind of tell on how things are working out. So, Anthony Joshua was sitting here saying that, I don't know, man. Eddie Hearn, he's always in control, okay? I'm sorry, but if you have different opinions, I understand, you know what I'm saying? I get it, but that's just my opinion. And then Anthony Joshua continues to say, that just means we are moving in a positive direction. Okay, so, and it says here, I'm going to stop here, okay, because there's a lot here, he says. So, I feel like the cries from the public are just for me to fight Tyson Fury, Joshua said. I am the sort of guy who will let my team just put a social media poll and whatever the fans vote, I will do. That's not necessarily true, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, that's what I'm trying to explain here. He's saying that, I'll do what the fans want, and years ago, everybody wanted Wilder versus Anthony Joshua. It didn't happen. That's why, and just, let's put the things aside of whose fault it was and why it didn't happen. This is kind of like what I was explaining with, Devin Haney and Gary Russell. I know that stuff's buried in the sand. Who cares about it? But I'm just to prove a point. The same with Bud Crawford and Errol Spence. I see and I saw more transparency. I understand if you have different opinions. It's all good, man. But my personal opinion is that, between Gary Russell Jr. and Devin Haney, is the transparent side, was more transparent in this whole thing, okay? Just look at Gary Russell, and, I think everything speaks for itself, you know what I'm saying? And Bud Crawford and Spence. I think Spence is the more transparent side. Bud is the all-around, I already made a video on that. Y'all check it out, you know what I'm saying? All-around I don't know, to space him back and just whatever. More transparency on Spence's side. We know that deal. Same here. You know what I'm saying? Same here. Now, let me get back to what he says. So he says he's the sort of so Anthony Joshua is saying that he's the sort of guy who will let his team just put a social media poll and whatever the fans vote, he will do. No, he won't, you know, because it's happened time and time again, you know what I'm saying? And it's not necessarily true that he does what the fans want, because years ago, everybody was screaming, you know what I'm saying? Everybody was screaming. If you see my eyes moving around, it's because I was playing some playlist here with music. I put music in the background a little bit. Everyone was screaming Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua, and then it didn't happen. You know, I mean, so this is exactly why I'm saying I just have a strong sense, and because of all this that I'm explaining, okay, and how I'm breaking this down, and the reason, these are the reasons to why that lead me to believe Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury is not going to happen next. So we can just forget that, okay? And I've said it since, I said this after Usyk, okay, watch this. I said this after Usyk fought and beat Chisora. You know, I was saying, you know what? We're most likely going to see Usyk fight Anthony Joshua next. They're going to fight, okay? Because they're hyping this Usyk guy up. You know what I mean? All due respect, whatever he did in the other division, whatever, fine with me, great. But for the heavyweight division, they're just hyping this dude up, putting him in the rankings way up there without fighting, you know, top competition at all. I think that's just kind of whack, but whatever, right? But, you know, so what's going to happen here most likely, man, is that he's going to fight, and I've been saying it, he's going to fight, Usyk's going to fight Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua's going to fight Usyk. And then he finishes off his quote by saying, I'll fight Usyk. So, you know what I mean? I really don't think, and one of the sole purposes of this video is to explain the why I think Anthony Joshua is not going to fight Fury next. Definitely not. So he's saying that he's going to make a serious offer, but if he doesn't take it, he'll fight Usyk. So that's what he's going to do. Okay? That's what Anthony Joshua is going to do. So, go ahead and comment below. What do you think? I personally think that's exactly what's going to happen. He's going to go and fight Usyk. That's what's going to happen. So, you know what I mean? Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua is not going to... We already know. Promoter's going to milk the fight. Bob Arum, they're going to keep hype. Top Rank is going to keep hyping this up. You know, this potential mega fight between Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury. I know it would be a mega fight, but they're going to keep milking it. They're going to keep throwing on social media, who will win? It's not going to happen soon, so we can just forget it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's what I do. I try not to live in La La Land. I try not, if the fight's not next, or it's, you know, if it's more tangible, you know, I don't really talk about it much. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about it now because right now, Anthony Joshua, we're seeing what his next move's going to be. But I'm just saying that it's more likely that he's not going to fight Tyson Fury next. You know, so that's what I think. Go ahead and comment. Go ahead and let me know what you think. What's your opinion? Now, when it comes to styles and skills and all that stuff, I'm going for Anthony Joshua, definitely. And then we'll make a breakdown video, whatever, analysis video, whatever, right? If the fight is official, okay? And we're probably not going to see that, Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury, until the end of 2021. I doubt that, though. Maybe around 2022. So, I mean, we can just, you know what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen? It's possible, though. I'm not saying it won't. It's possible at the end of 2021, but I doubt it. I doubt it, because Anthony Joshua is going to be fighting these mandatories for those belts, those sanctioned bodies. He has a lot of belts. So, I mean, he's going to be fighting those guys, and I don't know, man. I don't see Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury next. No way. I think it's just more pie in the sky, man. So he's going to probably most likely turn around and fight Usyk and smash Usyk, okay? He's going to smash Usyk, I think. If Usyk beats Anthony Joshua, wow, man. I mean, stylistically speaking, I mean, Anthony Joshua should smash Usyk, okay? So it is what it is, man. Thanks so much. Go ahead and like, subscribe, comment, share, you know what I mean? And one more time, I repeat one more time, comment below. What do you guys think about this? Thank you so much for tuning in, showing your love, man, support. Renee Box Young, peace out. Stay safe, everybody.